Hi guys, this is DK again. In this video we're going to boot up the Raspberry Pi and exercise some Linux commands. Okay, we are using Linux, which is an operating system, and in particular the particular type of Linux that we're going to be using is called Raspian. It's a Linux operating system designed specifically for the Raspberry Pi. Right. So before we do that, I just want to show you the kind of exercises that we're going to be doing. In particular, the URL shown here. This is in your Blackboard website, and so we're going to go through some of the common ones like ls, which is a list command. Figure out what's inside your folder or your directory. CD would be to change directory. MV would be to move things. All right. MAN is your manual. So I can do a manual CD. We'll actually do that. MKDIR is to make a directory or make a folder. RMDIR is to remove a folder. Touch will probably not use at this time. There's RM, which is remove, and locate, which is to find something. Okay, a file that contains something. Clear is to clear the terminal. Just check this out and see what you think, and exercise it, just like we're doing here. All right, so I'm actually on my iMac right now. I will do a video, post a video using a Windows machine. I have an Asus laptop here with me, so I'll actually show you how to get on and connect up to your Raspberry Pi. All right, so what you need to do is you need to hook up this thing, right? You need to hook up this thing, and if you have a MacBook or something, you're going to have to hook this in to a Lightning cable, or maybe potentially for your Windows Surface, you're going to have to go to some other cabling, Lightning cable possibly, right? But this is the adapter, okay, that goes from your laptop to the Ethernet. Remember the Ethernet, right? So you plug in the Ethernet cable there. So that's the first thing you want to do. There's your Ethernet port right in here. You connect it to your Ethernet port, click, right, and you're all pretty much ready to start connecting up. Make sure that's connected. And then you want to hook up the power, okay? Make sure the power is hooked in, and you want to hook in the power like that, okay? So when you do that, so this is what I have right now. It's already connected up to the to my Mac right now. Here's my power, and when I stick that in there, you'll notice this little bit of a red glow there. If you open the top up a little bit, there you go. You see that? See the red LED on, the green on. All right, so it's going to boot up. That is, it's going to try to come up and start operating. While we're doing that, go and look for the binoculars, okay, which is the spot find. All right, so I'm sorry, the magnifying glass. Look for the magnifying glass, the spot search. If you don't know how to do spot search, all right. You can actually go to your folder and do a search, all right? So spot search, you can do screen sharing. So you want to look for screen sharing application, all right? So you want to click on that, double click on that, and there's my screen sharing, all right? So the Ethernet has a particular IP address, all right? So the particular IP address we have is 169.254.1.10, right? And this is in your handouts on how to connect up to the connect your Raspberry Pi to your laptop computers. So that's what you want to do, and you want to connect up to it. Connect. It's connecting. Well, when it's sitting there like this and thinking about it, that means that your Raspberry Pi has not booted up completely yet, so we'll just wait for a little while. We'll just cancel that. we'll try it again, all right? So I'm going to bring up my, oops, that's not what I want. Okay, I'm going to bring up my screen sharing. There we go. 169.254.1.10. Connect that up. Hey, and it came up. You see that? It says enter your password for 169.254.1.10. So I'm going to type in the generic password that we've set up for all of your SD cards or your Raspberry Pi, which is password, P-A-S-S-W-O-R-D, all lowercase, P-A-S-S-W-O-R-D. Okay. Connect up to it. Boop. Bam. There it is. All right. So there you go. It's inside my recording window, so you can see the whole thing. All right. So this is what you should see. All right. So a couple of features. This particular environment is called Raspian. It's the default that we've set up. Right in here is a VNC. Okay. That's virtual network connection. Right now it's running a VNC server service mode. And I'll show you, it's especially important for you who are running Windows machines. And I'll show you in particular what's so important about that. All right, this thing right here shows you that you have an Ethernet connection. It's a static IP. That is, it's an address that does not change. That's connected to your Ethernet port on your Raspberry Pi. All right, which is lit up with a green light. And it's 169.254.1.10. You can actually hook up Bluetooth devices on here, right? So you can hook up a Bluetooth speaker. What I'm going to do, first week of class or second week of class, is to stick in a regular 3.5 millimeter jack speaker, but you can actually hook up a Bluetooth speaker in there. Here's your speaker. You can actually do volume control, so if you put in your headphones or earbuds to the earphone audio jack, or put in a speaker, or use a Bluetooth speaker, you'll be able to do that. This is time. You can actually set the time. Obviously the date and time are wrong because it's not a real-time clock. That's select drive in the menu to eject safely. Don't worry about that for now. All right. Over here, that gives you some applications. That's the Wolfram application. We won't worry about that for now. Mathematical application. All right. This is important. That's your terminal. All right. We'll be using that terminal here shortly. You can get to the terminal in another way, and I'll show you how to do that also. This is a file manager. We'll do that also, just so that you can see what files are on there. You can actually, it's kind of like a directory thing, so you can actually see what all your files are. So this guy right here is your web browser. Yes, you can actually browse the internet. Okay, and we've got to click here to get the applications. Okay, so what we do have, interestingly enough, is we can actually connect things up to the internet. All right, so we can go over here to this little Raspberry. For programming, you've got all kinds of different things. All right in here. You probably won't use these right away. We'll actually maybe touch on a few of these things later. You can use some kind of a scaled down version of Office, all right? So you got Office LibreOffice rather, Calc, Draw, Math, Writer's like Word, all right? So you can actually do that. You can get on the internet, all right? Let's see if I've got the internet set up here. I don't think I do, but let's see if I can bring up anything on Chrome. That doesn't look like. Oh, there's Chrome. Right. Go CNN.com. I don't think I've got the. No, I can't get to it. Okay, so what you want to do is hook it up into EduRoam, and I'll show you how to do that in a different tutorial, or maybe in this one. We'll see how the time goes. There's games on here. There's a few accessories here. You'll be using GVim quite a bit, okay? And let's see, and you'll be using Terminal. Of course, you can do Terminal using this little icon over here, or you can get to the Terminal using accessories and Terminal. My recommendation is that you use GVim and not Vim, although you can use whatever you really want. All right, so here's some graphics tools. All right, sound and video. You can help. Here's some preferences. All right. So we can do some things with our network connections. So there you can see that we have some Wi-Fi going on as USD guests. Well, we don't really want to be USD guests, so let's go ahead and hook ourselves to EduRoam. All right. So we're going to choose Wi-Fi. All right. Great. There's Wi-Fi. And go to the Wi-Fi security settings and so on. So what we're going to do later on is to actually set things up for you so that you can get on Wi-Fi. All right. But we'll do this at a later date. All right. So we can add a Wi-Fi connection, for instance. Let's see if we can do that here right now. Great. Yeah, we have to do the actual Wi-Fi. So we'll do this at another time. Right? We'll set up EduRoam at another time. Close it. We can actually go to, I think we might be able to go from here. Go to Wi-Fi networks. All right, here we go. So you got the Wi-Fi here. So what I did was go to the internet here, okay, the network connections. That's your static IP, which is your connection to your laptop computer. Here's your Wi-Fi networks. We'll hook up to EduRoam, all right? So we'll just hook this up to EduRoam. All right, let's see. I'll do that again so you can see that. Okay, I'll hook this up to EduRoam, all right? EduRoam. You can leave these alone. Anonymous, certificate none, no CA certificate required. Hook it up to my username, ecam@sandiego.edu. Type in my password. And connect. See if it'll connect me. There we go. Connections established. Pretty simple, right? So now we're on the internet. So check this out. If I go to a web browser, right, and I do sandiego.edu, it should give me the San Diego website. Sure enough, there it is. Right? Perfect. Then, of course, if I really want to do some fun stuff, I can go to YouTube. Oh, yeah. YouTube.com. Go to YouTube. And I can play some very common videos, perhaps. All right? Okay? So you're on the internet now, which is cool. The reason is you might be able to get into Dropbox or Google Drive, right? Okay, so now that we've done that, let's take a look at our directory structure, right? So there's all our stuff, all right? There's a ton of stuff in here. I'm going to mainly store things on the desktop so we can find it, but you can see that there's a lot here that we've given you. We will use Blink later on for Internet of Things IoT applications. All right. So we'll get this. Although you can, you can get at this stuff wherever you want to. Whatever. All right, so I'm going to go to the terminal, okay, because if you remember, we just want to do some Linux commands. Okay, so I'll go to the terminal. So if you want to go back to your very home directory, your very end, you see that little tilde right here, that little tilde symbol? So that's what you want to do. I'm going to go cd space tilde, okay? There's tilde. All right. I'm going to hit enter. Of course, it takes me back to my home directory there. That's the very basic stuff. Alrighty, so let me expand this out so you can see it a little bit better. Right? Expand it out a little bit better. Okay, so next I'm going to do an ls. ls is kind of like list out all the files or folders in there, and there's everything that's in there, okay? So I've got Blink Library. There's my desktop. You see the desktop? Which is the second one there, documents, etc. I'm going to throw everything into desktop eventually. Now, if you want more information than this, you can do a cd-al, okay? What that'll do is, ls space -lal, my bad, ls space -al. That'll give me all the protections, and we'll actually talk a little bit about protections later on. But you know, it tells you who has access to writing it and reading it and so on. All right, so we'll just do an ls again. That's my desktop. So I'm going to clear. Clear is a great one. CLEAR. If you clear the screen, that will clear the screen like that, which is kind of nice. All right. So I know that if I do an ls, and I always do an ls just to see where I am, okay, in the computer folders, or the Raspberry Pi folders. So this is the Raspberry Pi, okay? Everything's the Raspberry Pi right now. So that's my desktop. So I'm going to go to cd capital DESKTO. Okay, there. I'm in desktop. Now you can see that in desktop I have trash and document. Let's see if I really do have those. Well, it doesn't show that, so we'll just do ls-al, see what's there. It really doesn't show much of anything there, right? So it assumes that you know that they're there. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to make a directory, make a folder. So I'm going to make a folder called programs. That's where I'm going to store my programs. So mkdir programs, okay? And there it is. You see, we created that folder, programs folder. All right, great. I can remove that folder by doing rmdir programs. And there it goes. You saw that the programs folder went away. I'll just do it over again. But there's a simple way to like navigate the instructions. That's the up-down button. Okay, up-down button. So if I go up, okay, I can get mkdir programs again. Hit return, and there it is. Okay, so it kind of remembers, you know, the sequence of stuff that you had. All right, so what else can we do? Let's see. This thing says we can do make directories. Okay, you can remove files. Okay, you can remove files. You can MV is the move. We've done CD, which is change directories. MAN is a manual, so you can actually do MAN. Oops, click on here. MAN CD, for instance, to get instructions on what the CD means. MAN is your manual, okay, your online manual. Why doesn't it do that? Oh, maybe you have to do sudo MAN CD. Is that right? There we go. No manual for CD. Okay, so what I was typing here for password for Pi was just Raspberry, all lowercase. Let me show you again, okay? If I do a sudo, sudo means become a super user. We'll do a sudo man ls this time. Okay, there's the ls stuff, right? So it gives you all of the ways that you can list a program. All right, so that's ls. I'm going to quit according to this instruction right here. So quit q. Let's see if I can do it with man ls. Yep, it'll do it with man ls. So you don't have to be a super user. Sudo, by the way, is super user. That's a good thing to use when we're executing.